Hi, my name is Lana Urteaga. I am going to be doing the Seeds of Hope Professionalism and Ethics training. I am currently a probation officer for the 25th Judicial District Court Services, which covers Finney County and the 5 surrounding counties. I was a prior law enforcement officer, so I've worked in this field for quite a long time, which requires high professionalism and high ethics. And there's a level of standard on you that's much higher than anyone else. To start off, we're going to talk about the purpose of why we're doing this training. And it's to communicate to all staff this agency's level of expectation of professionalism and ethics. We also want to improve the relationship between the mentors and the probation officers, as well as the clients participating in the program. You also want to better understand the risks involved when you're dealing with the high-risk offenders or clients. Some questions that you want to ask yourself before starting this program is, why do you want to do it? This is the kind of I'm bored versus I want to help attitude. You really need to reevaluate why you want to do it, so that way you can be a valuable asset to the team. What were your thoughts and feelings prior to becoming a mentor? What are your feelings about getting involved in the community? Those type of questions should be going through your head. And what are your expectations of the agency upon being hired or volunteering? Really know what your agency's mission statement is, the values, because if that conflicts with you morally, then you also want to reevaluate why you want to get into the program and that sort of thing. Some of the definitions that are important that go along with the professionalism and ethics, this might be kind of boring, but we're going to get through it, so hang in there. And agency expectations. Your professional, of course, is exhibiting a courteous, conscientious, and general business-like manner in the workplace. Professionalism is the conduct, aims, or qualities that characterize or mark a profession or a professional person. Characteristics of a profession. Professionals are considered experts. They have a high degree of generalized and systematic knowledge with a theoretical base. And the primary orientation of professionals is to their public and/or community interest. Professionals have a high degree of self-control of their behavior and are governed by a code of ethics. Code of ethics is essential to any agency or any employer. The code of ethics is a statement of values. The code ensures a high quality of service. The code guarantees competency of membership, honor, and integrity. The code is direct expression of the profession's principles of service orientation. And the code emphasizes no personal gain and protection of the client or patron. Now we're going to go through a job versus a career versus volunteering, because there is a difference. A job is a paid position of employment and something one has to do, a responsibility, more of an obligation, like, oh, this is my job. You're not real into it, versus a career where it's an occupation, a way of thinking, a means to support your family, your loved ones. There's usually opportunities for advancement and progress through life. And then, of course, volunteering is a person who performs or offers to perform a service voluntarily. This is usually you have a passion for what you're volunteering for, and you want to help other people without getting a reward. Opportunities versus entitlement. Opportunity is a favorable juncture of circumstances, and it's a good chance for advancement or progress. And entitled, to furnish with the proper grounds for seeking or claiming something. Entitlement is, of course, the state or condition of being entitled, a right to benefits specified especially by law or contract. So the agency's reputation is dependent on your answers to these questions. What is the goal of the agency? It's very important that you understand the direction of where the agency is going and whether or not you want to be a part of that. And if you do want to be a part of it, how you can help that agency flourish. What is your responsibility to the community and to the clients? You know, the primary responsibility is rehabilitation, community safety, confidentiality. These are 3 key elements that are very important to the agency's reputation, and also to build that relationship with the client and the volunteer. And if you're new to volunteering, if this is the first job you ever had, don't worry, you'll get through it. It takes time to gather the knowledge and experience from others to get you to a comfortable place. It's going to be uncomfortable at first. It always is when we start a new job. So we all start somewhere. Explore the foundation of an experienced employee volunteer. And what's important when we explore the foundation is, of course, the foundation. With every program, every agency, the foundation is key to building a person of high professional ethics and professionalism. So if you don't have the foundation, everything else will crumble. Think of a house. I'm not going to read through all these, but I'll go through a couple here. You can see them for yourself on the PowerPoint. The first year learning mistakes, observing, perception, etiquette. Always the key thing is keep an open mind, keep a regard for others, and also keep those boundaries. It's also important to have those boundaries when working with clients of high risk, because sometimes you get into a situation where you're being manipulated and you don't realize it. So be sure to have those boundaries. Be courteous, responsibility. These are some cliche things you're hearing here, but they are also important. After the first year, you're going to learn the legal jargon, the social work side jargon. I mean, you'll learn all of the acronyms because there's quite a few, but you'll get through them. After the first year, then you're bombarded with all of this knowledge and all of this experience. And about a year and a half is when you start to feel a little better about things. You get yourself a little bit more involved with the community and with others. At 2 years, you are gaining knowledge. You're comfortable with where you're at in the field, and you're just bettering yourself. And then 3 years and plus makes you an experienced employee. But the foundation, of course, starts with all of that list that I went through before. All of the components that form the foundation are related and are necessary to keep the agency going. Again, if you don't think of a house, if it doesn't have a proper foundation, it will crumble. The same with an agency, and that's built on professionalism and ethics. Those are two very key components to having a successful agency or business. If you compromise the foundation, it will crumble if it's exposed to certain things like prejudice, disrespect, immaturity, selfishness, entitlement, which we went through before, division, gossip, disregard, biases, dishonesty. All of those negative words that carry that negative connotation are also the same elements that will break down the foundation of your agency. Some food for thought. What is the difference between a client and mentor-employee relationship and a mentor-employee and supervisor relationship? And honestly, there is no difference. Respect is the bottom line for both of these. You have to respect each other and work with each other. You can't put yourself above someone just because they have made a mistake in their life. At that point, your relationship with that client will diminish.